If you think you've seen horror shows before, this show is unlike anything you have ever seen.
In case you pass out, that's tough.
Good afternoon. Here we have a quiet little motel, tucked away off the main highway, and as you see, perfectly harmless looking, when in fact, it has now become known as the scene of the crime.
We were just in France for 1960's Eyes Without a Face. Meanwhile, across the Atlantic, another shocking movie was being made. Today, we'll be talking about Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho. Marion Crane is on the run after impulsively stealing a large amount of money from her job. Along the way, she stops to rest at the Bates Motel, where she meets Norman Bates, a walking red flag who loves two things in his life: taxidermy and his mother.
Well, a boy's best friend is his mother.
I wonder what will happen next. Guess you'll have to watch it to find out. Psycho possibly has one of the most famous publicity stunts in movie history. Alfred Hitchcock famously ordered that nobody, and he meant absolutely nobody, would be admitted to the film after it began.
We say no one, and we mean no one. Not even the manager's brother, the President of the United States, or the Queen of England. God bless her.
And the theaters followed it. If you missed just 1 minute of this film, too bad, gotta get the next one. He also requested that details of the film not be spoiled to the public, so I can't help but feel I should honor the master's wishes and keep things to a minimum as well. This is one of the first horror movies I ever saw, and it scared the shit out of me. The iconic shower scene is one of the most effective scares and most famous scenes in any horror movie. Honestly, there are only 3 true scares in the entire film, but they are extremely well done. That may not seem like a lot, but they're perfectly spread out, and what happens between them is so good that you can't look away. Hitchcock truly earned his title, the Master of Suspense. Anthony Perkins plays Norman Bates, who does an incredible job. He's very unsettling and says some of the most famous lines in the history of horror films.
She just goes a little mad sometimes. We all go a little mad sometimes. Haven't you?
Janet Leigh also does great as Marion. There are some strange bits in this movie, like this one guy at the beginning that exists only to flash his cash. He's so strange and awkward and takes up just slightly too much screen time.
You know what I do about unhappiness? I buy it off. Are you unhappy?
There's also this guy that just gets too close to the camera for some reason. Come on, man, what are you doing? Back up! Just like Eyes Without a Face, Psycho is in black and white by choice and looks great. It seems when black and white is intentional rather than required, it allows filmmakers to brilliantly craft the lights and shadows to take full advantage of the medium. Psycho has lived on throughout the years as one of the most influential and famous horror films of all time. It's often credited as the first slasher movie, which is debatable, but you can't deny the movie's influence. I know it's over 60 years old now, but I just can't give away what happens if you haven't seen it yet. So do yourself a favor, and please watch Psycho.
Pleasant nightmares, friends. Good midnight to you.